Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to allow the people, for the next, 5 minutes. I just want to take all their calls and hear their.
I wouldn't want to just leave it at condemnation.
Okay.
Now it has happened. She has to pick up herself. If she begins and continues to want self-pity, her life is going to become a mess. The real mess. Not this one that she's in now.
Okay.
It's going to become the real mess.
Hold that thought. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Jennifer from Upper.
Okay, Jennifer, let's hear you.
Well, I wouldn't blame the woman though, but hello?
Hello, we are
Hello,
here.
Jennifer, you have to be quick. I want to take as much calls as I can.
Okay, so the man telling her to leave the house out of point. So he's not supposed to tell her that since she has given him a baby already. So don't think that's right.
Okay, Jennifer. Okay, Jennifer says she's not right to have asked her to go away from the house. What do you think? 07062639275. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Sorry, I'm calling from Lagos.
Please turn down the volume on your radio. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Omo calling from Omo.
Ernest.
Omo.
Okay, what's your take on this?
Well, I think the woman should give the man some space. Don't give him some time.
Okay.
I understand, yeah, but he should be responsible for the upbringing of the first child and the unborn child. So I think you just have to give him some space. Maybe with time, the man will have to come back to his senses and sort out things.
All right, thank you very much. He says, he says to her, give him some time. He's obviously broken and battered and, expecting.
He has a lot of psychological issues he's dealing with.
Exactly. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Bridget calling from Benin.
Yes, Bridget, what do you say?
Concerning the accusation of the man of her squandering the money, I would say I had a friend like that too, who squandered the husband's money while he was away. So you don't just say the man is wicked, is this. You've not heard from the man. She misused all the money, and by the time the man came back, it was war. So what I would advise the woman is just pray and give the man some space.
Okay. Well, she said she misused, the money. That might be true, but the lady said, if the house was not ready or maintained, as it were, and now she used the money to make the house, fit for her and the kids. I don't know. What do you say? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Pedro calling from Benin City.
Pedro, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you see that man is very wrong. What he did just shows that he's an ungrateful person. You understand me? The fact that the woman used the money to build his house, he should be grateful to the woman that she didn't squander the money. So it's a good thing. The woman is not wrong in any way. The woman is totally wrong.
Okay, that's what Pedro says. What do you say? 07062639275 09039394427. So those of you just joining in, we are looking at the story of a woman. Okay, let me take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. This is Dr. Nusa.
Yes, this is Dr. Nusa. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Tina. I'm calling from Benin.
Okay, Tina, let's hear your take on it.
I want to say it's not the end of the world. And I'm happy for the woman because at least she's going to have a second child. It's not a situation where you have one child and you begin to cry over unnecessary man, and then you end up at the end of the day, it's only one child you have. Let her manage her life and start all over again. It's not the end of the world. The sky is our limit.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tina. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Dr. Nusa.
Hey, Mr. John.
We've been missing you.
It's good to be back. Tell me, so what's your take on this?
No, I just want to welcome you back home.
Thank you very much. You don't have anything to say on this?
No, at all.
Okay, thank you.
We have a problem in Nigeria anyway.
Thank you very much, John. If that line does not come into the discourse, then
No, it's not.
it's not complete.
No.
Okay, 07062639275, 09039394427. In case you're just joining us, this is Dr. Nusa, and the program is Onboarding the Live Show. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Nosa.
What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Omo from Ikubahi.
Miss Omo, welcome on the show.
Okay.
What's your take? Yeah.
My take is I'm following Jane. Most times, women are not careful in taking decisions. You know this guy. Sure, you said he went abroad and he engaged himself in an act that got him arrested. He spent 5 years and he came back. It's a long time for you to think and plan. Is this the kind of person I have to follow? And now he's back. You think if he enter as a second pregnancy? Sure, the man is not committed to her. She should have planned her life and know what to do with her life. It's the children that are coming and that are going to be in pain. I pray that she will realize early and settle herself. That's my take.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, Miss Omo, let me take one more call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Please turn down the volume on your radio.
I've done that already. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mr. Emmanuel on the line.
Good evening,
Calling from Guinea.
Mr. Emmanuel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm calling because most of these things, it happens particularly in Benin. The family may also have an effect on this matter, the man's family. We should don't see it as the man is heartless and, doesn't have a conscience. The family may have lied on the woman's head that she has been flirting, going about, was not patient for him to come back. That's also a point. Another thing is the woman should be hopeful and prayerful if her hands are clean. But if her hands are also not clean, she has spent the money. She should beg God for mercy. There's nothing God can do because he said the heart of man is in his hands. He turned it to whithersoever it pleases him. Nothing is impossible.
Thank you very much. Let me take one more and then sorry about that. All right. Mr. Jim, you see, it's difficult, emotions and feelings and all of these have been hurt. Now we can say all we want about why she should have done this, why she shouldn't do this, and why she did that, and why did she do this. But the truth is, she's in a situation, and her problem right now is, what do I do? And some of the callers have said, very salient points. She has to pick her life and move on. She has to start. She has to now think, I have responsibilities. These kids are my responsibilities. If he wakes up tomorrow, if he turns around in 5 years, it comes around exactly, he comes to his senses and want to help, fine. But what if he doesn't come to his senses? Those kids, you have a responsibility towards them. And then, here is the thing. People, God has a way of turning things around. I mean, if she focuses on herself, get a degree, learn a trade, do something, then she'll be able to get her life back on track. And in another 5-6 years, she would have been able to stabilize, her situation. And then somebody might come around, who's going to take her serious. Or don't you think, Jim?
Yeah, that's the thing. She has to move on. She does not have to spend the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. She might start crying that, look at the person that I waited for the last 5 years. I've wasted the last 5 years of my life. This, that. Those are not important again. Let bygones be bygones. Pick yourself up, and run along. If it is possible for you to even relocate. But make sure that the kids are in touch with their father or with the family of their father as they grow. But you can't just destroy yourself in self-pity. You have to stand up and step up to the situation.
All right. If you would want to be a part of, the Onboarding the Live Show WhatsApp group, we've got 2 groups on WhatsApp, and they are thriving groups, very, very thriving groups. I want to say good evening to everyone on the group: Colette, Jim, Enobakari, Ofure, Peace is there. I mean, everyone. I'm saying a big good evening to you, everyone, right there on Onboarding the Live Show 1 and 2. Are you on the both platforms? I think I put you on both platforms. Just one. All right. The voice you heard is that of Peace. Peace, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. You're in what year now?
300.
300 level.
Level.
So high school.
Okay. School is something else. Like, it's like you move away from your comfort zone and you just go. And I'm
School is school. So, if you want to be a part of the platform, you would need to send a message to the WhatsApp message. Please, not a text message, a WhatsApp message with your name, your full names. I'd like to know on that platform who we're dealing with, who we're talking with. We want to know your name, want to know your surname, so we address you properly. So you will need to send a WhatsApp message to 080-5847-5402. Again, 080-5847-5402. Just send a message, add me onto the group, and we'll put you on the group. And then it's a group where we talk about very interesting things. We talk about relationships, we talk about faith, we talk about the Nigeria factor, we talk about everything. It's a very strict room too. We don't allow for people to post things and talk about rubbish, and we'll just throw you out of the room. So if you want to have a room where it is fun, interesting, you've got to come in and be a part of the group. All right, now Jim, that leads us to what I want to talk about today. I'm going to be as fast as this. The biggest mistakes that people make before they get married. The biggest mistakes people make before they get married. So everyone who's not married, I need you all to get a pen, get a paper. Everyone in my group, we're going to discuss this point one after the other. Everyone on the platform, we're going to be talking about this one after the other. So if you want to be a part of this discourse, you cannot be a part of the group if you don't have a name. We will not add a number to the WhatsApp platform. So let's go, Jim. The biggest mistakes that people make. I had a conversation with people, and these things came up, and I just, put it down so I can have this conversation with you. I believe that people, if they can check these things, they will make better choices in choosing in marriage. And the first one, I would say, or let me start by saying this. Today's generation, Mr. Jim, a lot of them, when they go to the altar and say, I mentioned it on the platform a moment ago, a lot of people, when they go to the altar and say, I do, during the marriage vow, Sandra, what they actually mean is, I will try. When people say, I do today, they just mean, I'll try. Because for me, I do means, I'm going to do whatever it takes within my power to make this work with you. Now, I understand that this is going to come with offenses, and those offenses sometimes might be extremely grievous. You will do certain things that will get on my nerves, we will fight, but I'm not going to walk away. What does that tell us? If you have divorce, we have talked about this on this show before, Jim. If you have divorce as an option before you get married, then you're already giving yourself a way out if things are not working. So the biggest mistake that people do, one of the mistakes that people do, Jim, is they already have, if it's not working, I'm out. If you get into a relationship, you will see 1,001 reasons why you should go out. You should check out. I mean, sometimes when we listen to the things that our parents went through, our mothers, our aunties, what they dealt with, what they handled in relationships. Some people, I've heard people say, God forbid, if it's me, God, I will never take that. Well, some of them are happy today. So one of the first thing I'm going to talk about, or I want you to talk about it, Jim, is the fact that, people already have escape options, escape routes prepared in case it's not working. Already, you will find reasons why you should use that escape route, right?
Yeah, true. Very true. I have a friend who was once in a relationship, and every time himself and the girl he said he wanted to marry will often tell themselves that, hey, if you just misbehave now, I will just break up. They kept saying it like, that, relationships like that. When you know that there is no way out, you're going to do everything it takes to survive. That is the truth. Most young people these days often already want to accept divorce, as a part of marriage. As a part of marriage, that okay, now it is one of the options that you can consider
In marriage.
in marriage. So if it is not working, then you apply the divorce strategy. So it is appalling, and if they can understand, it is you will keep seeing what you choose to see. That is perception. Perception is what makes the difference. You will keep seeing what you choose to see. The eyes sees what it chooses to see. I see 9, you see 6. It's perception. We are looking at exactly the same figure, but from where you're standing or from where I'm standing, I'm seeing it differently, and you are seeing it differently. So if I go into a relationship and I already know that, okay, fine, I can check out of this relationship at any time, then I can behave anyhow. I know that, okay, if this one does not work, I just check out and go to the next one.
And it's making the alarming rate of divorce among today's generation is crazy. Like, people just walk out, walk away. He cheated on me and I'm gone. I'm not here supporting cheating, but I listened to a deaconess in church, talked with me about her husband.
Yeah.
Jim, the man was a rolling stone. And he told me, he said, I just told every girl that came to the house, listen, I'm the woman of this house. Like, if you think that he's going to marry you, you will be deceiving yourself, because I'm the woman of this house. Like, when she shared with me the things she went through, I'm like, today's generation would have worked out the second.
Endurance is no longer in existence. People don't know what is called endurance anymore. They don't know what we call in the scripture perseverance. They don't know how to persevere. They want it easy. People have this obscure notion that marriage is a bed of roses.
But James, some people would say, Dr. Nusa, what are you saying by this? Are you also expecting us to take any kind of, whatever the man throws at us? Okay? Yeah, your wife is awake now, and she's asking the question from there, why would he cheat? Well, we're not coming to the studio.
We are not going to go into that.
Yeah.
Why men cheat?
No, we're not going to step away from this discourse.
Exactly.
I'm trying to keep, we're trying to look at the biggest mistakes that people make before they get married. Now I'm talking to most people who are not married. No, not most people. I'm talking to everyone who's not married. So if you can check out these things and make sure, you can follow and listen properly to us. Number 2, one of the big mistakes that people make before getting into marriage is thinking that they can change the person. Thinking that they can change somebody, expecting getting into marriage with the hope that the person will change. So the person throws all of this nonsense at you and tells you it will not be same when you're married. I'm only like this because I'm trying to not lose you. So they throw all these things at you. They act. You see them. They have temper issues, and you're like, oh, it's because we're not married. That's why it's like that. Some girls will say it's because he's jealous. He sees you talking to another guy, and he's all tentacles are up, and he's willing to he sees you talking with another girl, and she wants to tear, and you say, oh, it's because we're not married yet, he will change. No, you're seeing the person for who he is. So do not think that you can change a person. God is the only one. God is the only one that has the ability to change a man. Okay, you must know how they grew up. It must be important to you how they grew up, because how a man grows up, Jim, forms the basis on how he's going to treat everybody else around him. It's important. It's important. Jim, what do you want to say?
Well, you've almost said it all. You see, people don't change. I keep saying it. People don't change. They might have new ways of shielding, demonstrating, reacting, acting. They are still who they are. The only person